Attorney Katrina Hofstetter from Cornerstone Legal is joining us once again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Let's talk about estate planning. That's your specialty. And I'm guessing you talk to people all the time about funeral arrangements and end-of-life planning. What are some of those legal tools that are available? And importantly, how do you have that conversation? Because some people just go, oh, I can't talk about it. Because I'm never going to know.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
I have to talk about it.
But we do eventually have to talk about it.
We do, yes. It definitely comes up in conversation with clients when we're doing estate planning. Michigan actually passed a law in 2016 that there's a document for it now. So there's a legal document called a funeral representative designation. The way I explain it to clients is it's like a power of attorney. So if you're familiar with financial, medical power of attorney, it's like that, but we restrict it to funeral decisions. And so that's really the planning tool that's available. And you put somebody in charge and they handle the funeral arrangements.
So how does a funeral representative designation differ from then, prepaid funeral plans, or maybe somebody who you've appointed?
So I get that question a lot because I'll go into a relationship with a client and they'll say, well, I probably don't need that document, right? I already have a prepaid plan. Prepaid plans are more like buying a life insurance policy that is directed to a funeral home to cover just, a flat amount for services.
Okay.
Or a plan where you pick kind of a package that's going to cover funeral director services and, a casket and those types of things, but it's not the personal side of it. The funeral representative designation is putting somebody in the position of making all of those personal decisions. So like, when is the service and the music and your clothes and all of those like intricate details.
Okay.
So that's why that matters to have.
That's why it matters,
Okay.
yeah.
Designation. And, and my husband and I have talked about it, like, well, that's the music you want. Oh, you want this? Where do you want it? What kind? So there are a lot of questions that we don't really think about, and it doesn't really kind of matter because we're gone, but it's thinking about that celebration.
Yes.
And it was interesting too, we've had a representative from funeral homes in to talk about how important it is to actually let people see.
Yes.
So that they can have that closure, to see the body that no longer has life in it, right? It helps us with that healing process.
It does.
This is one more element that we can kind of make that process easier for our loved ones when we leave, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And planning is the most important thing.
It really is.
So, when you think about it, it causes less conflict too, because you want to have one person in charge versus everyone fighting.
You do.
No, it's mine. No, it's mine.
Well, and I mean, what a horrible time to have conflict without the document in place. Who's going to fight about that?
Cornerstone Legal PLLC.com for more information.